All right, it's Mrs. Allward, and I am back to finish up our final lesson in this unit. So, we next are going to talk about our SPF problems. So, we have our x squared plus 3x plus 2. So, we're going to find numbers that multiply to 2 and add to 3. So, let's come over to the side. Well, there's only one pair of numbers that multiplies to 2, and that's 1 times 2. So we make our two sets of parentheses. And in order to multiply to a positive 2 and add to a positive 3, both 1 and 2 need to be positive. And then we can do our t-bar. So x plus 1 equals 0, x plus 2 equals 0. And then solve. So we're to minus 1, and x equals negative 1, and minus 2, so x equals negative 2. The next one is x squared plus 4x minus 12. So we're going to multiply to a negative 12, and we multiply to a negative, we're going to have different signs, which means we have to subtract to be that middle number. So numbers that multiply to 12, 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. So which pair subtracts to give us 4? That's going to be our 2 and 6. So we set up our parentheses. And to get a positive 4, we're going to need to do 6 minus 2. So plus 6 minus 2. And now we can t-bar. X plus 6 equals 0. X minus 2 equals 0. And we solve. So minus 6, x equals negative 6. And we add 2, and x equals positive 2. One little trick on the next problem, and we have x squared plus 5x minus 35 equals 3x. It's not equal to 0, so we need to make sure it's equal to 0. So we need to bring this 3x over to the 5x. And when it's on the wrong side of the equal sign, we need to subtract it over. So we really have x squared plus 2x minus 35 equals 0. So same idea as the last one. We need to multiply to negative 35 and then subtract to give us 2. So our numbers that multiply to give us 35, 1 and 35, and 5 and 7. 5 and 7 is the winner. They'll subtract to give us 2. So we set up our parentheses. And in order to get a positive 2, we need to do 7 minus 5. So plus 7, oops, that's supposed to be a minus 5. Okay, and we can t-bar. So x plus 7 equals 0, x minus 5 equals 0. And we solve. So minus 7, x equals negative 7, and add 5, and x equals positive 5. So our last three, these are our difference of two perfect squares. So we make two sets of parentheses, one plus, one minus, and then we're going to take our square roots. So the square root of x squared is x, and the square root of 25 is 5. So then we do our t-bar. X plus 5 equals 0, x minus 5 equals 0. So first I'm going to subtract 5, and x equals negative 5. And then I add 5 on the other side, and x equals positive 5. Let's try the next one. Again, we have x squared minus 36. We set up our two parentheses, plus minus, and we take our square roots. The square root of x squared is x, and the square root of 36 is 6. T-bar it out, set them equal to 0, and solve. So first we're going to minus 6, x equals negative 6, and then we add 6, and x equals positive 6. One last and final one. Make it a slight bit harder, not too bad. We have 4x squared minus 9 equals 0. Still our difference of two perfect squares. Set it up with your plus minus, and we're still going to take our square roots. So the square root of 4x squared is 2x. And the square root of 9 is 3. So we're going to set these equal to 0 in our t-bar. And we'll solve. So first I minus my 3 over. So 2x equals negative 3. And divide by 2. So x equals negative 1.5. And same thing on the other side. I'm going to add 3. So 2x equals 3. Divide by 2. And x equals positive 1.5. And that is it. I know it's a pretty busy looking worksheet. So let me or Mr. Freilich know if you have questions. We're here to help you through it. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.